The sky of Asgard that afternoon was golden in color, but within the Green Hall, the atmosphere felt was cold and tense. Odin sat on his high throne, Gunnar's spear in his grasp. Starting at the row of mighty women, he had just chosen to be Valkyrie. His gaze was sharp, full of authority and a little threat. With a loud voice echoing throughout the room, he announced, "From today on, you are my eyes and wings. You will descend to Midgard, choose the souls of fallen warriors bravely, and bring them to Valhalla. They will be my sword in Ragnarok."
The call was greeted by the woman with bows of respect all but one. Astrid stood upright, her body stiff, her eyes staring at Odin without trepidation. Odin stared back, and in a colder tone he asked why Astrid didn't salute. In a flat voice that was almost emotionless, Astrid replied, "Honor is not worth giving to someone who has killed my family for power." Silence enveloped the hall. The other Valkyrie looked down, pretending not to hear. Odin said that her family was traitor who refused the order of the god. However, Astrid retaliated that they are only protecting their village from the war that Odin himself started. Odin smiled faintly, a smile that did not bring warmth, and said he would see for himself how Astrid meant loyalty.
Although her heart was burned by revenge, Astrid performed her role perfectly. She rode her winged horse through cold and fog towards the battlefield of Midgard. There, amidst rain of arrows and the pounding of swords, she observed the soldiers still standing upright when all her allies had fallen. In one battle, she saw an old man fighting, defending the village children until his last breath. "You deserve to enter the Hall of Heroes," she whispered softly, gently. She touched his forehead, freed his blue-lighted sword, and then carried it across the rainbow bride of Biroth to Valhalla.
In Valhalla Great Hall, the sound of cup clinking and laughter was mixed with the smell of roasted meat. Einherjar, the chosen warrior spirit, practiced every morning until their weapons were wet with sweat, then feast every night. From the high balcony, Astrid stared at them with a hard-to-read view. Arvid, a young soldier she took from Midgard, once said with pride that half of the army at Valhalla was thanks to her. Astrid only smiled faintly, then said that she was indeed proud of them, but not of the person who would order them to die because of her ambition. As time went on, Astrid began to choose only those she believed had a strong heart, people who fought for freedom, not blind obedience. To every soul she brings to Valhalla, she delivers a message that only the two of them hear, a message more like a secret whisper, that when Ragnarok arrives, their enemies are not necessarily just a giant. Little by little, without Odin's knowledge, she formed a shadow army among the ranks of Einherjar, an army loyal to her, not to God.
Then came Ragnarok days. A pitch black cloud covered the sky, and the sound of Heimdall trumpet echoed throughout all 9 worlds. The Valhalla gate is wide open. Odin led an army of gods, the Valkyrie and thousands of Einherjar. "Today we are fighting for Asgard." His voice shook the heart of those who heard him. The army was galloping forward. The earth was shaking under their feet. Surtur flames split the sky. Fenrir roared fiercely, and Jormungandr whipped around the world with his massive body. Amidst the chaos, Astrid raised her sword high, her voice breaking through the hustle bustle of battle. ordering her troops to fight for the world, not for Odin's throne. They remain again giants and dark creatures, but they also protect humans trapped on the battlefield, rejecting order that will only sacrifice life without purpose.
Finally, Odin saw the betrayal. With a burning rage, he dropped his sword straight toward Astrid. Their attacks collide amidst the flames. Odin shouted that Astrid has corrupted destiny, but Astrid retaliates that destiny does not belong to the gods, but to those who dare to live it. Their battle was fierce until the sky is sword made to split. But in the end, Shore swung her sword of fire, and the world was full in flames. Smoke and ash covered the battlefield. Astrid stood among the remnants of battle, his wings torn, his body full of wounds. Arvid walked over, his eyes filled with despair, asking if they had lost. With a weak smile, Astrid replied, "No, we are free."